DYDC-FM.
Your Development Campus Radio.
A minute of prayer at 3 o'clock in the afternoon for the forgiveness of sins, for peace in our country and the world, and the conservation of our forests. 3 o'clock in the afternoon is the hour of great mercy. At this time, our Lord Jesus Christ died on the cross and redeemed the world.
You died, Jesus, but the source of life flowed out for souls, and the ocean of mercy opened up for the whole world. O fountain of life, immeasurable divine mercy, cover the whole world and empty yourself out upon us. O blood and water, which flowed out from the heart of Jesus as a fountain of mercy for us, I trust in you. Holy God, Holy Mighty One, Holy Immortal One, have mercy on us and the whole world. Holy God, Holy Mighty One, Holy Immortal One, have mercy on us and the whole world. Holy God, Holy Mighty One, Holy Immortal One, have mercy on us and the whole world. Amen. Jesus, King of mercy, we trust in you.
This is DYDC-FM 104.7, your Development Campus Radio, broadcasting from the beautiful campus of the Visayas State University, Visca, Baybay City, Leyte, Philippines.
VSU Radio, DYDC.
Ako si Aleli Villosino, ang Vice President for Student Affairs and Services. Para nako, DYDC FM jud ko. Ikaw sa ba? Radyo Kalambuan jud na.
Wow, Ben! Ninduta gud anang imong gidrawing. Nature man na, oy! May pakapin balak pa gud ay. Para asa di ay na?
Practice pa ko ani Jen. Isamit unya ni nako sa amuang eskwelahan sa kahanginan or school on the air.
Ha? Asa man na dapita? Aw! Sa DYDC-FM? Katong kabahin sa School on the Air o SOA on Visual Arts para sa mga junior ug senior high school teachers ug students sa MAPE ug Special Program in the Arts sa DepEd?
Correct lagi ka, Jen.
Ako pa! Tigpaminawan baya og avid fan ko sa DYDC-FM 104.7 para malang di ay na sa taga-Baybay City ug Southern Leyte Schools Divisions. Pero pwede gihapon ng uban makapaminaw sa DYDC kung ganahan sila. Libre ra.
Lagi, swerte gud ko nga naka-appeal ko ani. Taga East-West Center o EWC sa Honolulu, Hawaii, USA ang sponsor sa SOA on Visual Arts for Mental Health and Environment.
Mao ba? Gikan sa Amerika. Nahala, pag ayo-ayo migo. Tudloi unya ko sa imuha makatunan sa SOA ha. Bye.
DYDC-FM.
Your Development Campus Radio.
The Visayas State University, through the Department of Development Communication and DYDC-FM 104.7, in partnership with the East-West Center, EWC, and Honolulu, Hawaii, USA, and the two schools divisions of the Department of Education, DepEd, Baybay City Schools Division, Leyte, and Southern Leyte Schools Division, proudly presents
The School on the Air, or SOA on Visual Arts for Mental Health and Environment. a radio school program that will educate visual arts among teachers and students who are into music, arts, physical education, and health. MAPE and Special Program in the Arts, SPA of the DepEd as our SOA participants.
This is to improve their quality of education, create awareness, and promote mental health and well-being,
as well as environmental protection among our SOA participants.
SOA on Visual Arts for Mental Health and Environment.
Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Philippine Standard Time.
And now, please welcome the two radio hosts of this SOA program.
There's a song deep inside I can't erase. It's all about this amazing place, a home that we all can share. Listen to the music, see the sights to see. We got a very scenic university. VSU in my heart, VSU in my heart. Listen to the music, sing with us a song. VSU in my heart.
There is so much this school has given me. The sunsets and truths beside commodity. Oh, how can I repay?
Listen to the music, sing it here, it's here at the Visayas State University. VSU in my heart, VSU in my heart. Listen to the music, sing with us a song. VSU in my heart.
Well, it's here at the Visayas State University.
VSU in my heart, VSU in my heart. Listen to the music, sing it as a song. VSU in my heart, VSU in my heart,
VSU in my heart.
Besh, kano sa ipas atong assignment?
Unya pa man tong 11:59 sa gabi ang deadline. Chill good diha.
Unsa namang orasa di ay ron?
Alas 3 pa, besh. Oy, ay karatol diha.
Ay sige, unya na lang ta magbuhat. Tan-aw sa tagay drama.
Sige, maayo pa, besh.
Hala, besh! 12 midnight na! Wala ta kayo mo sa tong assignment! Oh, no!
Procrastination makes you weak and waste your time in doing something good and meaningful. So if you want to succeed in what you are doing, get rid of procrastination. A message of concern from DevCom 122 class, Dexo, and this station.
DYDC, Disaster Alisto Tips. Nak! Nganong nagpaulan man ka, oy? Dis aka man gikan in tawon.
Ang nay, wala man ko kadala og payong good. Init pa man to kaganina paggikan nako. Nikalit man lang og uwan.
Na, mauna ni siguro ang gitawag nila climate change, anak. Mukalit na lang og uwan, bisan init ang panahon.
Mahal, baha naman sa pikas kalye. Tagatuhod na.
Mahal, lisod gyud ning dili ta makapangandam, no? Brown out pag yun.
Wala pag yun tay pundo nga limpyong tubig.
Hay, kapait.
Sanglit, mangandam gayud ta batok sa bagyo. Maminaw gayud sa weather forecast sa radyo. Pamutlon gilayon ang mga dagkong sanga sa kahoy. Magtiner og payong o kaha raincoat. Mag-andam og kandila o mag-charge daan sa emergency light or flashlights with extra battery. Mag-andam usab og emergency supply kit nga adunay sulod nga whistle o pito para mo signal kung mangayo og tabang. Can opener, mask, device charger, medicine kit, emergency light or kandila, alcohol o guban pang mga importanteng kinahanglanon. Magpundog pagkaon og tubig ilimnon.
Kahinumduman nga ang signal number 1 adunay gikusgon sa hangin nga 30 hangtod sa 60 km matag oras sulod sa 24 oras. Ang signal number 2 adunay gikusgon nga 61 hangtod sa 120 km matag oras sulod sa 24 oras. Ang signal number 3 o typhoon adunay gikusgon nga 121 hangtod sa 171 km matag oras sulod sa 18 ka oras. Ang signal number 4 adunay gikusgon nga 171 hangtod sa 220 km matag oras sulod sa 12 oras. Ang signal number 5 o ang ginatawag nga super typhoon adunay kapin 220 km matag oras ang gikusgon sa hangin sulod sa 12 ka oras.
Matud pa sa rainfall advisory sa Pag-asa, ang yellow warning nagpasabot nga adunay tsansa nga magkabaha. Diin kinahanglan nga magmonitor og magpakabana. Ang orange warning nagpasabot nga dako og tsansa sa pagbaha ug kinahanglan nga maging alerto. Ang red warning nagpasabot nga aduna nay pagbaha sa mga ubos nga mga lugar ug kinahanglan na mubakwit sa luwas nga lugar.
Higala, mag-andam ug mag-ampo ta pirmi aron kinabuhi ta malibre. Usa ka pahinumdum ning Sibyaanan DYDC FM 104.7, your development campus radio.
Mars, naano daw epektibo nga bakuna batok sa COVID-19? Finally!
Lagi Mars, naanagyoy sulbad ang pandemyang giatubang nato karon. Kay pinaagi sa bakuna, posibleng malikayan na nato ang grabing impeksyon sa COVID-19 ug mapugnan usab ang pagkaylap sa virus.
Kanus og asa masad kahataan ni makapabakuna, Mars?
Matud pa sa Department of Health ang nasudnong gobyerno nakig-koordinar na sa mga lokal nga kagamahanan aron mahatod kanato ang mga bakuna. Ang LGU na nato ang mag-andam sa registration o schedule sa pagpabakuna.
Ha, so magpaabot na lang taani sa anunsyo, Mars, no? Hala, magtigom na dahil ko ginahinay ani kay basig mahal ang bakuna.
Ayaw og kastres anak Mars kay libre nga ihatag sa atong gobyerno ang bakuna.
Hay, salamat Mars. Panalipdi ang kaugalingon, pamilya ug komunidad batok sa pandemya. Mag-res bakuna, magpabakuna, resback sa COVID-19 nga kontra.
Usa ka pahinumdum hatod kanimo sa Visayas State University Services for Health, Emergency and Rescue Usher ug ning istasyon.
Unsa man taon nimong grado, Georgina? Mura makagdi valedictorian sa high school.
Na, unsa lay kasulti sa mga taon nato sa baryo? Nabugo na rin ka.
Pasaylo ako ninyo, ma. Pa, nagtuon man kog maayo pero...
Hilom! Sulod sa kwarto.
Maayo pag mawala ko aning kalibutan na da. Puslan man.
Being hopeless will lead you to depression. Depression is a mood disorder that causes a persistent feeling of sadness and loss of interest. According to the World Health Organization, depression is a serious health issue that needs proper attention, for it will cause your child to commit suicide.
If you know someone that has depression, talk to that person. In that way, you can save
Lives. A message of concern from DevCom 122 class, DEXO, and this station.
Uy, Bes! Natukang do imong angkol? Ug tua, gidala ron sa presinto.
Ha? Diin makanang balita
Sa Facebook, good.
Day, pag sure diha uy, nakita pa gani yung ibag ulang?
Do not just share rumors or unconfirmed news without fact-checking. Who knows? It's just a fake news.
Be in the know for something that is not true. Be in the know for something that is not true.
A message of concern from DevCom 122 class, DEXO, and this station.
Uy, Benny, why man subuin mo na wong?
Lagi day, gibuli na sad ko nilang classmates nako kay bayot kuno ko.
Benny, suya lang sila nimo. Asa man sila kay bugnoon nako?
Ayaw na lang lalay, dili ko gustog away.
According to the United Nations, gender equality determines a healthy society.
Dili mo ila ubisan unsa ka pa.
A message of concern from DevCom 122 class, DEXO, and this station.
Paita Berting, unsaon man ni nato. Pagkagamay pa sa ni nato sa uma. Unya ang atong utang. Ngano lagi atong silingan dako man og ani.
Pastilan, Petra. Migamit man sila og chemical nga abono. Aron mapadagan ang ilang abot.
Unsa man di ay ato, Berting?
Misagop na kita sa gitawag ng organic farming.
Sa organic farming, gamit mo ang compost na makaayo sa kinaiyahan. Hilabi na ang pag-iban sa polusyon, pagkonserbar sa tubig ug pagpatambok sa yuta. Himsog ang ani ug luwas kini nga kanon.
Sa organic farming na ta!
A message of concern from DAVCOM 122 class, DEXO, and this station.
Asa ka?
Ben, ubog na sad ka? Maniguron ta kag pangitag trabaho, dili kay sige lang kag inom.
Kasaba ba ni mo?
Ben! Ben, nasakitan ako! Lord, murag yun og tinod akong damgo.
According to the Republic Act 9262, or the Anti-Violence Against Women and Their Children Act of 2004, or VAUC, you can file a complaint against your husband to the barangay captain or to the police.
Don't be afraid to speak up and fight for your rights. A message of concern from DevCom 122 class, DEXO, and this station.
My weary heart soars high like an eagle in the sky when I look into your eyes.
The sunset's warm embrace gives delight in many ways, and it comes as no surprise. When I'm down and blue, my heart goes back to this place to start anew.
When I'm with you, I see color in everything they saw as gray. When I'm with you, my tomorrows are brighter than my yesterdays. Oh, the world is fine and bright when I'm with you. It may start to shine lows, but we may never know the things that lie ahead.
The time may certainly fly, we may have to say goodbye, but your friendships never end.
When I'm down and blue, my heart goes back to this place to start anew. When I'm with you, I see color in everything they saw as gray. When I'm with you, my tomorrows are brighter than my yesterdays. Oh, the world is fine and bright when I'm with you. No one else but you can change a soul like mine. When I'm down and blue, my heart goes back to this place to start anew. When I'm with you, I see color in everything they saw as gray. When I'm with you, my tomorrows are brighter than my yesterdays. Oh, the world is nice and fine and bright, and everything's so right when I'm with you. When I'm with you, I see color in everything they saw as gray. When I'm with you, my tomorrows are brighter than my yesterdays. Oh, the world is nice and fine and bright, and everything is so right. Oh, the world is fine and bright when I'm with you. When I'm with you.
The Visayas State University, through the Department of Development Communication and DYDC-FM 104.7, in partnership with the East-West Center, EWC, and Honolulu, Hawaii, USA, and the two schools divisions of the Department of Education, DepEd, Bye City Schools Division in Leyte and Southern Leyte Schools Division, proudly presents
The School on the Air, or SOA, on Visual Arts for Mental Health and Environment. A radio school program that will educate visual arts among teachers and students who are into music, arts, physical education, and health. MAPE and Special Program in the Arts, SPA of the DepEd as our SOA participants.
This is to improve their quality of education, create awareness, and promote mental health and well-being,
as well as environmental protection among our SOA participants.
SOA on Visual Arts for Mental Health and Environment.
Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Philippine Standard Time.
And now, please welcome the two radio hosts of this SOA program.
Alright, good afternoon, SOA participants, and welcome to our first learning session of the School on the Air on Visual Arts for Mental Health and the Environment. I'm Buen Andrade.
And I'm Perlin Fernandez. Good afternoon to all of you.
Hello, Visayas State University, VSU, and to the SOA project team, the Department of Education, DepEd Baybay City and Southern Leyte Schools Divisions, MAPE or SPA teachers and students who are SOA participants, no? And to everyone tuning in to this special radio program today. And of course, we're also live via Facebook, no? I hope you're all doing well despite this
Weather condition.
inclement weather, no? So grabe nagdugdug, nag-uwan. But anyways, I hope you are all comfortable there, no? Sa inyong mga tagsa-tagsa ka mga locations.
All right, so that's right, Bueno. So last Monday, we formally kicked off with the project and logo launching of the SOA. It was really fun and very meaningful, and I'm always excited, Bueno, to be part of this project. I'm sure our participants are really excited as well.
Of course, Perlin, no? If you can recall, we had with us the officials from DepEd Baybay and Southern Leyte Schools Division, ang Director of Alumni Engagement, Christina Monroe from East-West Center sa Honolulu, Hawaii, USA, and also the VSU key officials headed by President Dr. Edgardo E. Tulin. And to formalize the project partnership, VSU and DepEd signed the Memorandum of Agreements and also gave their full commitment and support to the SOA project.
And also, we were able to meet for the first time our SOA participants from Southern Leyte and Baybay City Schools Division 1, diba? So all in all, we have 120 participants for this SOA. Ubay-ubay, no?
Yes, ubay-ubay good.
Oh, how are you guys doing, no? For sa atong participants din, ha?
Just to check if you are tuned in sa ato ang live broadcast karon, can you please wave your hands, please?
Wave atong participants.
All right, so they can hear us loud and clear. Right, good afternoon kaninyo. I hope you're all doing great there, no? From Southern Leyte and Baybay. All right. So just yesterday, our SOA project leader, Dr. Cristina Igabrillo, together with the project team, went to Southern Leyte Schools Division, and also Professor Jude Sales went to Baybay City, no, Schools Division to deliver ipang-apod-apod ang atong mga art kit materials which will be used by our SOA participants. So hope you have received the materials by now or siguro within the week, no? So that's also the responsibility now of our the participants and also the teachers, no, who received the materials.
So before we start our learning session today, let's first have a roll call, no? Starting with participants from Baybay City Schools Division. So kindly unmute your mic. Again, kindly unmute your mic and open your cameras and say aloha together. Can you say it? All right, ready na ba? All right, so again, ready, get set, go. Aloha. They can hear us when.
Right, so they can hear us loud and clear, no?
So virtual clap for them. All right, so what about the SOA Southern Leyte Schools Division participants? Ready, get set, go. Aloha.
I can hear ningon nga walay
signal. Nangibabaw jud do. So virtual clap for them. Great job, SOA participants.
All right, so I think you've waited long enough, no? Kay murag natay gamay nga technical issues. I hope na address na po na siya. But again, to those who can't hear us through Zoom, please do log on, no? Go to our Facebook group, no, ang School on the Air. So that's where we shared the link. And also you can also go to our Facebook page, no?
It's VSU DWDC 104.7 FM. Good afternoon to our viewers, Buwan. Ubay-ubay gapon ang atong viewers. So thank you so much for watching.
All right. So get yourselves comfortable and let's listen, no, to the our lesson for today, no. Please take down notes. Enjoy the first learning session on visual arts with on the subject of mental health, no.
Right, so I will share it with you guys.
Ma'am Marwen Castaneda, our resident subject matter expert on mental health and expressive words of poetry. All right, so please stand by.
Hello? 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 Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you see me clearly? Okay, so am I loud and clear? Can you hear me? Hello, participants? Oh, oh my, what was that? Blackout? Is there a power interruption? The room is so dark. What was that? Did you hear that? Hello? Anybody? Anybody, can you help me? Anybody, please. Help me. Hello? Oh my God, what was that? What was that?
Hello there. Welcome to my classroom. May I first check your attention by asking you to write on the chat box very quickly one emotion that you had felt a while ago during the brownout. Okay. Thank you for your participation. I can see that we have some reactions here. That's interesting because in a while we will be discussing about feelings and emotions.
So class, our lesson for today is understanding the basics of mental health. What we aim to achieve today is for us to be able to identify the 6 basic human emotions and identify your feelings and emotions because somehow it has an effect on your actions and reactions. Like for example, the stress, anxiety, and depression. This module 1, would help you foster mental well-being through arts. So, I want to walk you through about emotions and feelings since it affects our behavior. According to psychologists Paul Ekman and Wallace Friesen, there are 6 basic emotions that all humans can experience. These emotions are when you are happy, sad, afraid, disgusted, angry, and surprised. Undeniably, no one is exempted of the turbulent feelings of uncertainty that we are all going through because of this pandemic, right? Okay, now, my dear SOA students, I want you to identify the most disturbing feelings that you have experienced for the past 15 months. Since the lockdown, what was it? What was that feeling that really disturbed you? I want you to write it in your notebook. Just one. I'll give you 3 seconds. Write it down. You recall since the lockdown, what was it? The kind of feeling that really disturbed you. Okay. I assume that you have written it already. Right beside it, I want you to scale the feeling 1 to 10. 10 as the highest. So like for example, if it was so extremely disturbing, you scale it 10. Or yes, it was really disturbing, probably 7, 8. Or just moderately disturbing, Okay. Thank you. Now I want you to focus on what you had written. Those are your emotions. Right beside there is how you scale it. Probably you scaled it 10 or 9, most disturbing. Why is it that I ask you to write it? It's because I want you to focus and I want you to understand that feelings elicits your actions or your reactions. Because your emotions and feelings have a significant impact on your behaviors. It can greatly influence how you interact with the world. And this can cause people to adopt either unhealthy or healthy behaviors. Just like, for example, if you are afraid of spiders, you avoid thinking about or prevent of unwanted emotional responses. This creates more fear if you are afraid of spiders. Similarly, your feelings can cause you to pursue things because you expect a positive emotional response. And that is what mental health is all about. Basic understanding of why we have to know the basics in mental health. It is very important for us to foster mental wellness, mental well-being, especially in this time of the pandemic. What do you think are the 3 most common words that is being used or being expressed by friends, by your colleagues, family members, neighbors perhaps? Can you guess? Just like my example earlier, that you're afraid of spiders, it elicits a feeling of fear that is conscious. Your body would react. It causes you stress. So, what are the 3 most common words or feelings or state of disposition or emotions being shared or you have heard probably by your friends? First, the most common, I think you would agree to, first is stress. So, how would we simply define stress? It is any type of change that causes physical, emotional, or psychological strain. Its effect sometimes can be devastating. But most of us would identify stress as something negative, right? My dear SOA students, there are 2 types of stresses. The first one is the negative stress, which is also called distress, spelled as DISTRESS. That's one word. For some people, its effect can be devastating. The second one is the positive stress, which is also called eustress. Eustress, spelled EUSTRESS. Eustress, that's one word. Most often, we expect positive emotional response. Then, I know that you heard about the word anxiety. We often use or we often describe that a friend or a family member has anxiety, or even you yourself experience anxiety. So, how do we define anxiety? In the simplest meaning that we can really understand as lay people. Anxiety is a feeling of uneasiness and worry, usually generalized and unfocused as an overreaction to a situation. Oftentimes, it is described as fear of the unknown. So, how do we differentiate stress from anxiety? Okay, class, let me give you an example. First period class. After the discussion, your teacher will say she will give an oral exam randomly. The pressure that you feel, waiting, whether you would be the one to be called, your heart will palpitate. That's stress because of the pressure that you feel. While anxiety is you were called, you were able to answer the question, but you're not sure of your answer. And then you are overthinking. You are anxious. You feel anxious whether you answered correctly, whether you would pass, whether you would still graduate as an honor student. Doubts will be piling because you are not sure, you are uncertain of your answer, you are uncertain of the grade that you will get. The feeling of uncertainty gives you anxiety. Okay. It affects your well-being. When you are anxious, tendency, you sweat, your heart will palpitate. When it progresses, you don't feel like eating, or in a milder level, you just keep on telling your friends, you are worried about your answer. You are worried what would be the grade that you will earn. And then you would probably keep on complaining. Your friends somehow would also feel anxious for you. You affect them also because our behavior would affect our disposition and would also affect our relations. Relationships will be affected and our well-being will be affected. And then somehow others, the feelings of anxiety and of stress would progress into depression. Let me just clarify, my dear SOA students, that depression is not immediately identified as a mental illness because there are different types of depression. If a person is identified as with depression, that is somehow a clinical case. It needs the help of a psychiatrist. It has to be treated medically and in psychiatry. Of course, it depends on the level of depression. But in most cases, if you have this feeling of depression, all of us, young and adult, we experience somehow, sometimes, some instances, we experience the feeling of depression, but we bounce back. Depression is a constant feeling of sadness and loss of interest, which stops you from doing your normal activities. Now, I want your full attention on this. If ever you feel that way, or you know somebody feeling that way, you need help. Or your friends or somebody, he or she, really need help. Especially if the person talks about self-hurt, or if it endangers his or her safety or the safety of others. But on the other hand, if you feel depressed, there are ways. There are ways of how to handle. This is the very reason why we are in this School on Air program. For you to be empowered, for you to be able to understand even the basics, for you to be able to respond to yourself and especially to others. You can make a positive change. In order to do this, you will need to develop a sense of awareness. And there are multiple ways to do this. But one of the most straightforward ways to do this, first, is to pay attention to the physical sensations. Example, what are those physical sensations? I mentioned earlier about heart, about like you get palpitation. So heartbeat and temperature. You pay attention to those sensations. Your feelings are apparent to you. And they can easily be described or measured. It will take work to make you aware of them. I understand. However, becoming in tune with both will be essential to changing thoughts and your behaviors. It will help you handle your stress, anxiety, and probably the feeling of being depressed. Okay, so that when you develop awareness to your emotions and feelings, you will be able to navigate the world around you more freely. You'll be able to figure out the causes of them, make a conscious thought, and then you can take actions as you see fit. And then, my dear students, this is when you can choose to respond or react. Or sometimes you can ignore things. And this can help you lead a more positive lifestyle and more peaceful. Although yes, it will take practice. Nonetheless, there are actually many ways how to learn self-help. So, there are ways to foster your well-being. If you search Google, the internet, read books, or ask your teachers, there are lots of tips on how to maintain, how to handle your mental health. But I'll just give you two so that it will be a bit easier for you to remember. One, hashtag self-care. Hashtag self-care, my dear SOA students. What does it mean? Literally, take care of your body. When you are stressed, do your best to get enough sleep. Most often, you would say you cannot sleep, but you are on your gadgets. Be conscious. You have to take care of your body. Not only that, you eat the right food. And then, another tip, if you don't feel like going out, if you don't feel like socializing, you take a shower. You take a shower. I know that you have somehow seen in the social media, like get up, dress up, show up. When you show up, when you do that, second to do would be share your sadness in the self-care. You share your story. Just make sure that you share your story to the right person, the person whom you could trust. In your school, yes, you talk to your guidance counselors, your teachers, the principal, your friends. At home, you can talk to your parents, among your siblings, and of course, professionals. Another tip for the self-care would be you contemplate the truth. The truth about what is happening to you. The truth about how are you feeling. Feelings, as I've mentioned earlier, is conscious. Say, for example, I feel sad. So, what is the truth about this feeling of being sad? It was because I was not sure that my answer was correct. Why is it that I feel sad? It was because I discovered that my ex and my best friend, they're now. Be conscious. Contemplate of the truth. This is also discovering what you can do otherwise. Be conscious of the truth. Contemplate. Another example. Explore other hobbies. Explore other things that you can do. Like, I have always liked my classmate who plays the guitar so well. Probably you can ask him to teach you. Or I have been noticing this frame being hanged in my classroom. I will contemplate the truth about this one. How was it painted? Or can I just write my feelings? Use the words. Contemplate about the truth that you can do something more beautiful than staying on the sadness, on the loneliness, on the distress. There is arts. There are different modalities in arts. I'll give you only two so that it will be easier for you to remember. First, self-care. So shall we just start with hashtag self-care? Meaning you have to care for yourself because you cannot give what you do not have. Take care of yourself. How do you do that? Take care of your body. Do your best to get enough sleep. Eat the right food at the right time. And then, if you don't feel like going out, you take a shower. You get up, you dress up, you show up. And then you speak up. You look for someone whom you can share your feelings. Someone that you can trust. In the school, you probably have your guidance counselors. You share it to them. To your teachers. To your principals. At home, to your parents, siblings. Then to your friends. You share your story. It will help you ventilate your emotions. And then you contemplate on the truth, on the real happening, on the conscious situation. Like for example, why is it that I feel sad? Because I was not able to answer in the oral exam. And then that is your brain telling you, because I was not able to answer, my heart is a bit sad. Hashtag self-care. Meaning, you have to take care of yourself. My dear SOA students, we need you. The world needs you. to take care of yourself, especially in this time of the pandemic. I know you would probably say that it is easier said than done, but it can be done. How do you take care of yourselves? Take care of your body. Make sure to get enough sleep. Self-regulation. Don't say that you cannot sleep but you are in your gadgets. Do your best to get enough sleep. Eat the right food at the right time. If you don't feel like going out, you take a shower. So you get up, you dress up, you show up. I think you have read that, or you have seen that in the social media. You share your stories. You share your feelings. You share your sadness. Share it to the right person. In your school, you probably have your guidance counselors. To your teachers, to your principals. At home, to your parents, to your siblings. A close relative, perhaps. And then your friends, trusted friends. Trusted friends who really know what to do. And then contemplate what is happening around you. Why is it that you feel sad? It was because you were not sure of your answer. So, you look around. Feelings are conscious. You would be able to identify the reason of those feelings. Except, of course, as I've mentioned, if there is really depression. But still, you would be able to ask help. Ask help, professional help. The second would be self-care means I care. The first is hashtag self-care. The second would be hashtag self-care means I care. It means that I have to help myself because I have to help others also. How do I do that? Commune with nature. Be of our parent. Adopt an animal. Adopt a pet. Go out. Appreciate the tree that has been there for so long a time. Connect with people. Make new friends. Good friends. People who are not just your peers. Older than you would learn wisdom, and then younger than you would enjoy their bubbliness. And then advocate through arts. My dear SOA students, art helps, if not heals. Now, I want you to get your bond paper. Let us explore how art would help your well-being. Now take out your crayons.
Let me walk you through a simple expressive arts exercise. You get your bond paper and then the crayons. Now, I want you to get one random color of your choice. Hold it in your hand. You make strokes, lines, dots without raising your crayon. Just follow my instruction. Close your eyes. Count. When I say stop, you stop. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Open your eyes. Now, choose another color. Just don't think about it. Just pick another color. The same procedure. Now close your eyes. Strokes or lines. Go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. Again. Next, another color. Position, close your eyes. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. Second to the last round. Okay, go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. Last round. Okay. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. Okay, set aside your crayons. Just hold one. And then you look at your output. If you are to give a title of that output, I'll give you 2 seconds to think about it. What would be the title? Just one word. Okay, right now. Now I assume that there is a title in your output. May I share to you the title of my output? Just out of the blue, I named my output as Dream. This time, on the left side of your bond paper, you imagine. You imagine, not only imagining with your thoughts, but with your heart. If you are to say something to dream, example, mine is dream, you name your output. You talk to your output. If you are to talk to your output, what would be the words that you would like to say? I'll give you 5 seconds for that. Anything. Okay. I just want you to read with feelings this time. Read it silently as if you're talking to your output. Like, for example, for me, I'm talking to Dream. I'll just share to you what I told to Dream. Dream, thank you for being my friend. You are an inspiration, but you are difficult. I can seem to understand you. Sometimes I don't like you. Sometimes I even hate you. Why? Now I want you to close your eyes and imagine that you are talking to each other with the use of your crayon again on the right side of your bond paper. This time, you imagine that your output, in my output, Dream would be talking back to me. The exercise earlier, I was talking to Dream. Now, Dream would be talking back to me. What do you think in the deepest part of your heart that your output or here, Dream would be talking about or talking to me? 5 seconds. You use your name, like for example, when Dream is talking to me, you would say, "Hey Marvin." So the same with yours, okay? What? Okay. Now, I want you to imagine how your output is talking back to you. You read it silently. So let me just share to you what I believe in the deepest part of my heart, what I believe Dream is telling me after Dream heard what I had shared. Dream's response is, "Hey Marvin, yes, I am your friend. Thank you for making me as your inspiration. I understand sometimes you don't like me, but you know what? That's what makes me mysterious and makes our friendship very exciting. Keep dreaming. I am here for participants. This is an exercise of expressive imagination. From the deepest part of your feelings, you put it into words, impressive, expressive words. You can take this home with you. You can do other outputs next time. Every time you feel heavy or you feel disturbed or there are strong emotions. That's what we call as expressive imagination. So if you have questions, I encourage you to write it on our official FB group. See you in our next lesson. Meanwhile, you take care, stay safe, and stay awesome.
There's a song deep inside I can't erase. It's all about this amazing place, a home that we all can.
All right, so there you have it, guys. No, the first lesson of Module 1 on mental health and well-being by